Hey guys, Dano here. Welcome to the first ever Torrent This live review. Now, basically, the concept of this show is that I'm going to listen to a new release from a local band, whether it be an EP or an album, and track by track, I'm going to give my immediate thoughts. So, after every track, I'll push stop, give my immediate thoughts, record it here on the live review, and then continue on. So, basically, what I've got here is Rdzjb's new EP. This one's called Bimbil. As they told me, that stands for Brothers in Music, Brothers in Life, which is something they text to each other. Well, they actually text Brothers in Life, Brothers in Music, but they reversed it for the EP title. But anyway, let's get into things. Track 1, this one is Fire Desire. Okay, so I've just finished listening to track 1 of the new EP, Bimbil. This one's called Fire Desire. Yeah, it's got the same feel as their previous EP in the sense that it's got that real raw sound to it. A sort of you can tell it's not recorded in an official, full-fledged studio. But that to me, that's a good thing because sometimes I think with this particular style of music, it suits. And I know how good RDZJB are as a live band. And I feel this really reflects them as a live band. They're always going to sound better live than they do on the CDs. But this is a great track to kick off the EP. It's got a really catchy bass beat to it. Cool effects on the voices. So yeah, thumbs up for Fire Desire. Now let's move on to track 2. That being Second Kind. First impressions of Second Kind, I'm going to say, as soon as the song started, I immediately thought of Kooks. I feel this has a real Kooksy feel to it, so if you're a fan of the Kooks, you'll definitely like this track. As soon as the first verse started, I put a smile on my face, which is what a lot of RDZJB songs tend to do, so that's a plus. Both Reese and Matt are great singers. I feel Reese benefits from having Matt as backing vocals. He complements Reese really, really well. It's much slower than a usual RDZJB song, so it's honestly not my favourite song. But that's not to say that it's not a good song. It's just not my favourite. I prefer the more upbeat ones. They sort of a bit more fun. Track 3, Dirty Little Dancing Shoes. I know this track. I love this track. I've played this track on K-Rock. I'm going to give it another listen right now and give you my immediate thoughts. Dirty Little Dancing Shoes. Now, I'm going to throw it out there. This is the song that will make people pay attention to RDZJB. It's so catchy, easily to sing along to, and it's not too long. It's almost like commercially perfect in its simplicity. It's one of the best tracks to come out of a Geelong band in a long time, I think. And not only this, it also shows the diversity in the songwriting for the band. It's a great track. From what I've heard so far, the first 3 tracks, the EP is already worth buying just for these 3 tracks. Moving along now to a track that I haven't heard before. I'm not even really sure how to pronounce this one. It's Archaeopteryx. I'm not too sure. Maybe after listening to the track, I'll know how to pronounce it. But anyway, track 4 now off of Bimbil. Let's do it. I'm not too sure what to make of that track. I still don't know how to pronounce the name. I'm still going to throw it out there that it is pronounced Archaeo. Actually, I don't know how to pronounce it. Maybe ask RDZJB how to pronounce the title of that track. Very, very different. I think every EP and album needs like that one obscure song. So far, this one is definitely it. I'm just not really sure what to make of it. It's kind of reminds me of something you'd hear as like the soundtrack for a crazy artsy film you'd hear on SBS at 11:30 on a Saturday night. Not my cup of tea. Not saying it's a bad track. It's probably, all you artsy people out there will probably dig it. The music, the one thing though, it sucked me in. I wanted to keep listening because I was thinking something's going to happen here. And I'm not saying nothing did happen. Well, not what I expected to happen. I thought, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's not my cup of tea. Just, I don't know. Let's move on to track 5. And this one is called Tanuki. That's more like it. That's what I want to hear from the RDZJB boys. It's much more upbeat, very uplifting. It actually sounds like the music from a Sonic the Hedgehog bonus level. Now, all you Sonic the Hedgehog fans out there will know that usually when you're playing a bonus level on Sonic the Hedgehog, you're generally happy, which is that song. This song has the same effect on you. Made me happy. I was bopping my head and tapping my feet the entire time. What I need to reiterate is the diversity of the songwriting of the band. It's really shining on this EP so far. Very impressive. This track, the rhythm is already stuck in my head, as is the chorus. I just know it's going to go off at a live gig. So make sure you get to the next RDZJB gig and hear this track. Very, very well written. Congratulations, guys. Now it's track 6. This one is called When a Boy Loves a Girl. So, When a Boy Loves a Girl. Okay, this track had a very, very long intro, about 50 to 55 seconds, I think it was. It was very relaxing and soothing once it got into things, though. However, at times it sort of felt a little repetitive. After about the 3 minute mark, I found myself checking the time as I didn't really feel the song had anything new to offer. I sort of feel like, okay, I've heard what the song's going to be like. Can we maybe move on? It's good for what it is. Nothing overly special. Nice track nonetheless. Not a bad track. Not a great track. It's just, thumbs in the middle track. But let's move on to number 7. This one is Pluto. There we have it. That one was Pluto. All right. What notes did I take? I said at the start, I thought it was going to be a bit of a slow track. I sort of thought, another slow one. I'm not really sure it's a good idea. Then all of a sudden, bang, about 10, 15 seconds in, it changes gears, gets more uplifting. I could actually hear, this is just me, but I could hear a bit of the Smashing Pumpkins in this track. It's another pretty good track, not the same as the standard set by Dirty Little Dancing Shoes or Fire Desire. But I know I won't be skipping this track when I'm listening to the EP in my car, so that's a positive. Now moving along to the last track of the EP, pretty big EP I might say, 8 tracks. This one's called Rectangle Relief. Now I'm just going to throw my prediction out. I think Rdzjb is going to go out with a bang, very uplifting song I think this is going to be. Let's see if I'm right. Rectangle Relief. Well, we all make mistakes from time to time. I certainly was incorrect with my prediction. It was not as fast-paced as I imagined. It was the longest song on the EP, went for over 5 minutes. Very memorable chorus. It will be very easy for a drunken crowd to sing this back to the band at a show. So props to that one. I think that Oasis would sound really good singing this track. It's a great ending to the EP. Overall, I'm going to give this EP, Bimbil, I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. It offers almost an album worth of tracks, many of which I can't wait to go back and listen to again. I see big things for Rdzjb. They're a band on the rise, and this EP is proof that they're only continuing to get better with their songwriting. So to Reese, Matt, and all the Rdzjb boys, keep up the great work. Thank you all for listening to the first ever Torrent This live review, and I will talk to you all again real soon.